All right, so one of the best Disney Pixar films of all time is Cars. Like Ratatouille is my number one. Cars and The Incredibles are in there 2 and 3, and then we can debate the rest. But those are the elites. Those are the tier ones. So I was thinking about Cars recently because there's this great scene where Lightning McQueen is has realized that Doc is the Hudson Hornet, a famous race car. And he races into town out there on, Route 66 at Radiator Springs. And he says, "Did you know Doc is a famous race car?" And they all laugh at him. And he says, "He has a piston cup." And Mater says, "He did what in his cup?" Okay. I felt like Mater reading what Thomas Castellanos. This is how unbelievable. I cannot believe this was said. Thomas Castellanos, hilarious name, not for his own reasons, but for external reasons, said he's dreamed of playing against Alabama. Quote, "They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me." End quote. Oh. Did Mike Norvell sign off on that quote? Did Gus Malzahn sign off on that quote? Did anybody on it? Where did this come from? Who allowed this quote to go out there? Have you heard the phrase bulletin board material before? I have. I'm sure Kalen DeBoer has. And this should be in the locker room yesterday in Tuscaloosa. Because, look, I'm here for it as an outsider who talks about the sport for a living and wants games to be fun, exciting, spicy. I'm here for that. It spices it up. Don't forget, Alabama and Florida State play this year. But to take a direct shot at Kalen DeBoer like that, you didn't say his name, but you said the other guy's name. They don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me. Dude, as someone who is involved every single year, actively engages with college football broadcasts every year as a part of my other job with Southern Utah University, something that I think any broadcaster, any play-by-play broadcaster would tell you is our primary job is to tell the story of the game. But up there really high on the list of priorities is don't make the team's job harder. Don't make any sort of comment. Don't make noise. Don't give any sort of fodder to anyone anywhere. You just show up. You be prepared. You call the game. If you do some pregame and interviews talking about it, whatnot, you keep it down the line. You say you're confident, expect it's going to be a great game. You don't want this stuff out there. You just don't. And so Castellanos poking the bear, I got to give him credit. If his plan was to get more people interested in Alabama, Florida State, I think we were going to be anyway. Just as a matter of principle, the non-conference slate in college football is, like it is every other year. It's very hit and miss, to be sure. But the idea that this is benefiting anyone, like Florida State, make whatever you want of the odds market, according to our friends at FanDuel, is a 12.5-point dog. Do you know why? Because Alabama is a significantly better football team than Florida State. Alabama was significantly better than Florida State last year. Alabama will be significantly better than Florida State this year. That doesn't mean FSU with Castellanos back there isn't going to be improved. They should be. Gus Malzahn's their OC. He and Castellanos know each other. And, he said he butted heads with Bill O'Brien last season, needs a fresh start. Okay, I can see him going to Florida State, being productive, being better than DJ Uiagalelei last year, because that whole situation was an abject disaster area. Worst preseason top 10 team in the history of college football. But why do you give this quote? What is to be, how does this help? You're firing up a bunch of guys who were already dead set on trying to hit you as much as they can? You're firing up a head coach who I personally think most of the SEC sleeps on because his first year didn't go as well as it should have. Kalen DeBoer is a heck of a football coach. And you know what? By all accounts that I've heard, he's a really nice guy. And he's a darn good football coach. And I can also guarantee you he is as competitive as the day is long. And though each day, now that we've passed the summer solstice, is getting a little bit shorter, we're in the long day part of the annual calendar. We're not in gets dark at 4:30. So to go out there and say this is so crazy and does absolutely nothing but paint a target on your own back, paint a target on your team's back, and it should be up there. If you were Kane Womack, Alabama defense coordinator, there is no world whatsoever where you don't want to use this. Now, I can see having the perspective, it shouldn't matter. They shouldn't need to be motivated by that. Yeah, but here's the thing. When you're a coaching staff, especially in football where you only have so many game days every single year, you push whatever buttons you need to get your team in the correct mindset to go out and win the football game, to go out and physically impose your will on the team across from you. This is a great way to do it. I mean, going out there, they don't have Nick Saban to save them. I just don't see them stopping me. Look, on the side of things in which I'll give Castellanos a bit of credit, I like a confident player. I don't need you to go out there and be the humblest dude of, oh man, I just want to show up and have a good time. Like, I don't know that that's who I'd want to be the quarterback on my team. This crosses a line of going into the territory of foolish. This has no positive benefit for Florida State. And just wait. When that game rolls around, and let's say Alabama is getting close to covering that spread, they could think about a moment like this and go, nah, let's keep scoring. Sure, put the backups in, whatever. Let's keep scoring. Let's make it embarrassing. Let's make them feel unsettled over there and showcase, yeah, we can't stop you. Now, Alabama's defense last year was a significant reason why they were not good enough. Their offense also scored 3 points. They were robbed by the officials. Okay, fine. 10 points on the road against Oklahoma last season. That's not good enough. But the defense against Vanderbilt couldn't get off the field on third down. We'll see if Castellanos can do the same thing. I'm going to be tuned in. I have this game on my radar. Now it's even more on my radar. So for that, I'd like to say thank you, Thomas Castellanos, former Boston College quarterback who will get a chance to beat Alabama this year. Thank you at least for that. And also, good luck, my man, because you're going to need it.